Boon on the Lesh. They have such early tempo with their own 4 heroes. I think it's a lot faster than what Boom has. And achieve much in lane. Like, as a pause 5, Tusk still wants a lot of EXP. You still want to get that levels up, and he's just being zoned out so hard that he's not going to find that.
Absolutely not. A very tough time already as bot lane. There's a bit of a chase here onto Skem. 3 Shadow Poison stacks, so 1 more might be able to do it. Fu is going to be able to land the 4th. He wants another though, just to make sure, and he's got it. A very nice first blood achieved by Fu. Against the Kunkka, it's a very tough time naturally, as you don't tend to lose on Kunkka. Meanwhile, top though, Roger. Try and pop the tag team, but he's getting sniped here by the balls, and Tims will just not back off. In fact, you've got the lead charge, so he might keep going, but a nice snowball away. It may not be enough though. Roger is still trying, but Tims is able to follow up and secure a kill.
Boom, and he's enabling JACKY to still focus in on that farm. Mind you, SMG still getting more, but they're going for a play on mid now.
Snowball. Be able to dodge that X back into the torrent, but Tims is still going to just tank the snowball, get an arrow, and that's going to be an easy kill onto Roger. 3-2 so far.
It's a lot comfier, because JACKY's already playing in that bot jungle. It's very secure. He has good boards. They're building up the triangle. Once he clears that out with no contestation, SMG's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Chances are you aren't going to really be able to keep up with the Medusa. Even as the Morphling, you just don't have that crazy far potential. But mid lane, arrow going to land onto Moon with the boat follow-up. It's just so much damage. They've lost Moon already. They're going to try and kill Skem and maybe even find more, as Tims is still fighting. Raging needs to back himself out, but Roger and Fu have joined in. Roger now copying so much damage away from this Kunkka. He's going to go for a Roshan deny attempt. Snowball is there. YOPAJ still going to back off and try to get himself out now with the pig out. In the meantime, Tims is still chasing and does kill off Raging Potatoes YOPAJ. He is still going to try and go back in after Fu and survive through all this damage up, but Fu, he will go at it as well. It's just not enough for YOPAJ. He will walk away scot-free, and 3 heroes will drop for SMG.
Everyone else, Tims, Skem, YOPAJ ready to go. Level 9 on YOPAJ. Looking at this Kunkka compared to his supports, he's had a great time here. You don't even have finger up in Skem, but they're still going to lift the kill.
That's a massive kill out onto Moon if they can secure it, and I think they just have. Moon is just not tanky enough to survive. Boom, reading the map very, very well. Even looking for Raging, and a Hex will come out. Skem does catch him. Earthspike to follow up, though. Roger is trying to move in to try and save. The Moonlight Shadow is going to be popped from Tims just to make sure they can't even be seen throughout all this, as Roger is still trying to save Raging, but they completely ignore him for now. In fact, never mind, they'll go back to the task. They just don't have enough to finish off Raging Potato. But Boom Esports, not only does they get that mid-left rack, but they'll find a support task.
Onto Jack Boys, and they are starting to flank around FBZ, so the smoke's still here, Mike. They find this kill. This could set them up for a bit of a push here as well.
You've got the helm of the Dominator up, so FBZ's got plenty of damage, but Moon is going to move in along with Fu to set up. They've got a great split earth to stun, and that should be it. Still YOPAJ. He is going to show, but he's being charged at the moment. They have perfect vision of the Kunkka, but can they actually fight him? He's a tanky boy right now, but the charge is going to fly right in. They'll go after Skem instead with the Nether Strike. Split earth out. Arrow not going to land on mid one. He's all right. He's surviving, and he'll strike Morph out of there. As the only person they're going to lose.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Step lively
Dire's
now.
top
Your
tower is
admiral
under
is on board.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Thousand of your eyes have gone before me. Hello.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Move in. They are smoked up. They are set to kind of take a fight here again.
Can they fight? Most ultis right now for Boom are going to be on cooldown very soon. Again, they're going to try and focus down Skem with Roger, but they'll try to turn now onto the Tuscan. SMG, they just don't commit. Not all the way. In fact, Tim's, he got an arrow onto Arfu and now Raging. He'll charge back in, but the Earth Spike and the X are both going to drag him right back to the depths of the river. So now Boom Esports will just happily go back into the Roshan pit. They just can't be contested right now.
And that's a great read from Boom to back off one by one. They knew something was up when they didn't see SMG under their wards, and they just managed to...
in from the supports of SMG. They get something done here, though. You've got YOPAJ around, and it looks like they're going to try and focus him down, but it's not an easy target. He's got a BKB up already, so he can just turn right back in. He's Raging, again charging on Skem, but he's been caught out. Disruption's going to save him from the boat, but for how long? Run his way away. But Boom Esports still want to try and force a fight. X is there, back in onto that Spirit Breaker, into the Torrent, and that might just be enough though. No, Raging still survives. YOPAJ down to one in danger. They've got enough damage this time. Onto Skem they go, and that'll be a second. Full Moon on that left track, but now FBZ turning Tim's. He lands the arrow onto mid one. They'll take down the Morphling, they'll take down Roger, and they might just be able to take down Moon, who's still chasing FBZ and does get the kill, but in the end is gonna die. So I don't think it was too bad of a team fight for SMG, but they end up losing mid.
KBs are stalling out these fights as well, allowing Boom to retake position, drag JACKKY in for a better angle, and kind of run from there. They're trying to slowly push at that tier 1 mid with Lesh. Boom are aware of that, and they can kind of scout around with the corners as well. See how much it can
He'll run right in. He's taking a fair bit of damage, but he's got the BKB up to use. They try again onto Skem, and they do get the line to start. A nice start to this fight for SMG, but now the roar is out by FBZ into the boat and the turret, but a nice disruption from Arfu to save. SMG now surely can take down this tier 1 mid tower. Still trying to go after FBZ. Roger, he'll commit the snowball into the charge now from Raging. They should be able to get another kill here for the Dire, and they do. That's the aggression you wanted to see here from SMG, but can they keep it up? Well, they will. They've got Tim's. In fact, they even found JACKKY with the disruption. I'm not sure if they'll really commit to this. It looks like they're going to try. They've got the stuns out, but JACKKY still has the Aegis and the Stone Gaze and will pop both. That'll be enough for him to be able to walk his way out of there. Just wanting to try and go for that surprise reveal with the Aghanim Scepter. Tim's out to break the smoke, but he can leap right away as they just cannot see him at the moment. He has his whole team behind him, but they'll charge right through JACKKY into Skem. They found the lion, and that's what you want. The boat will come in. It doesn't do too much. They'll try to focus down mid one with the finger. Skem, he will finally drop as they just try to protect that Morphling. The Stone Gaze almost slowing him down enough to go back in onto the Morph of mid one. He's just ignoring everybody else and just going after the supports. Roger is going to go down. Raging, still being chased down here by YOPAJ, does also get taken out. So even though
with the follow-up for Raging is strong, but again, they need a little bit more. They're working towards a BKB now on mid 1 to sustain that aggression, to allow him some safety up front, and that could kind of make a difference. Backing behind damage from YOPAJ. He is going for the Ags next, and you do find a DD to going into the Roche. Good scan from SMG does tell them though, and going to be in a position to try and force a fight here first.
They're going to find that task immediately. Roger will be the first victim of Boom Esports as mid 1 tried to reinitiate, but doesn't want any part of it. What's what they got? With the disruption, they found Arfu. He is dropping real darn quick, but he gets the purge out in time. It just won't mean anything. In fact, they're going for more now. They might have a dieback onto Roger. He's dropping low. They'll try to save with mid 1. Skem will drop and Tim's. He's also gone. In fact, a double stun out FBZ. He might be the third, and he will go down. But how do you deal with this Medusa? JACKKY pops the Stone Gaze. Back in on the left track they go. They want Moon down, and they might just have him, but no. The blink away is there. So instead, it's back in onto mid 1 with the Hex out Skem. He does lock him down long enough.
Z again, but he still manages to get the roar before dying. He's managing to force all the spells onto him and opening up that angle for JACKKY, for YOPAJ to just stand and get the damage off. The Ag Shard going the way of YOPAJ now as well, so you've got the Tidal Wave ready to go. More repositioned up. Has the Silver Edge up for some crit, good break, and now they can begin that siege. They've got to do something about this Dusa.
Here we go, the charge is in from mid one. He'll get started, but you've got to worry about that Aegis of Moon. He cops an arrow. It's a 5-second arrow, in fact, but Arthur will save with the disruption in the backside. They're trying to jump that line again, but Scam, he is surviving. He'll turn with the Hex Shot and the Earth Spike. Mid one's been caught out. The Roar is there, FPZ, he's got him. Mid one is down without buyback. That is terrible, terrible news for the side of SMG, as now they will just charge backwards onto Raging and the Roger Tusk, and they completely wipe him out. SMG, they tried. JACKKY is just too big to deal with at the moment. And Boom Esports, they'll rush onto that bottom racks.
They push really fast with that the Overlord up, with the damage coming through from Jack Boys. They could go for more than one set of racks here. Respawns aren't too long, but the push is just so quick from SMG, and Boom are actually going to stay for another set of racks. They're going to go for the mid creeps. They still have Agent for a minute and a half here.
They will not. Meanwhile, Moon, he does fly out that overwhelming blink, but that's left him without buyback gold. So this could be the last-ditch effort here for SMG, as they might just have to call the GG if they can't win this one out. JACKKY's not backing. They'll purge him up. Raging, he'll go for the charge into the backside onto FBZ, but he's going to get caught out. He doesn't have a way to protect himself. He'll pop the BKB though, again into Scam, but Scam's being protected. He'll get the Hex off in time, and now they've caught out too with the Torrent, or rather Tidal Wave. They've got Roger. A great Torrent Storm out, has caught two of them right in the Torrent, and Raging Potato is so darn low, but not dead yet. He'll try to run, but it looks like there's no running here for the Spirit Breaker. Arthur, he'll go for a TP out, but Tim's has got him with the Yule Scepter. Mid one, he'll have to do this by himself. He'll take down YOPAJ, but can he deal with the rest? JACKKY's still just whacking away, and he's forced to run. But it's a 2v3 scenario, and it looks like Boom Esports are gonna have Megas coming up very soon, unless mid one can stop it. He will charge in, back on that Dusa, but he's not going to be able to slow them down that much. There goes the top racks, and that'll be Megas now for Boom. SMG, they are still just
on charge. Maybe a snowball here and there, but everything else is just to save. The disruption to save. The split earth doesn't catch enough people out, and they're going to go and force this fight.
Right into the triangle, Raging. He's got to worry about Scam as well. You've got an Aeon Disc now on that line, so it's not that easy to burst him down. In fact, the Hex is there in time anyway. Who else are they chasing? Mid one, he's been rolled up. He's trying to make his way over. They're still trying to get that Lion, but Scam is just so sneaky. He's still out of there. Now Raging, he's the one in trouble, and he's a bit tanky, or maybe not. Not with that Tidal Wave, but he'll charge. He'll just try and charge his way out. Meanwhile, YOPAJ, he does find Minwa, but never mind him. They'll go in onto Roger instead, who's still trying on that Lion. But Scam is just so sneaky. He will not give the opening away. That'll be one down for SMG. Not out of the game time. Scam will not have the Aeon Disc. But I think Scam is the least of your worries at this point if you are SMG. As JACKKY gets onto those T4 towers, how do you stop this man?
It's tough. I think the SMG is doing the right thing, trying to rip the backline, but they just don't have the damage to clear out even the supports.
Oh, the Tidal Wave going to cancel the charges again. They're going on to Scam. They have the Lion this time. Mid one, he gets something, but they've lost Raging Potato and Arthur in the process, and now Moon. He's been caught out. The Torrent will be right there onto the Lash. There's just no way out for him. Mid one's the last remaining survivor, but there will be buybacks from SMG to try one last time to defend this. 3v5, the charge is there, they'll start onto the Kulka, but man oh man, that Stone Gaze and the Petrify out with the Mystic Snake, it's just way too much. They go right into it, more buybacks to come. Mid one, waiting for his teammates with the Petrify again, out from JACKKY, and now Raging, who's forced the BKB up and try to go onto Tim's, but he can do nothing. He can do absolutely nothing to help out his team. They will take down the Spirit Breaker once again. The GG will be called by SMG. Game way to go the way of Boom Esports.
I expected a lot more early aggression out.
Feel that for SMG this is a lineup and a draft that plays their play style?
Choose your hero.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, we've seen Roger Tide many times. I think Moon does a great job on the Ember. 70% comes in clutch. Arfu gonna stop the courier going down. Might even be able to chase Skem now as he's got a rotation in from the mid lane, out from Moon. This might be first blood to come out for the Ember as Moon is able to pick it up, and Skem, last time around, still Tims. Found out by Moon and Roger. Roger will be there from R2. Tims will try to leap his way out. He does have Moonlight Shadow. It looks like it's going to be enough just to leap away. In fact, Arrow is going to land on Moon, and the rotations are coming in. YOPAJ has joined. In fact, they found the Spirit Breaker, so R2 trying to find a way out, but the Hex again from Skem going to lock him down into the finger. He one down for SMG. Roger's just going to try and hide and pretend he's a tree right now. It won't give the vision. Either will Tims. Oh, it does. Tims, he checks the tree line. That's some great game sense out from Tims. Realizing Roger may still be around, and you saw the little micro there with the courier, John, that was on purpose.
Oh yeah, just JACKY. Right, like they were chasing Tims. JACKY was just by the tier 1 farming. And he still manages to farm. He bails out right in time, goes up to the triangle. They are chasing FBZ now, though.
They might have him. He's got no swash. He did have stick charges, but Permabash Jackson trying to slow down JACKY's farm once again. Raging will jump in with the anchor smash, but I think Boom will try and force the fight here. They've got the Mortimer's Kisses. They're just lacking FBZ at the moment. But you definitely don't want to give that farm away to SMG if you can avoid it. So JACKY's going to come back in with the Mystic Snake. Hex is out already onto R2 into the Mortimer's Kisses, and that's just Spirit Breaker gone. As JACKY is literally just farming the Ancients right now. He's not even focusing heroes. Raging though, he'll go for the Ravage, and they found the Snapfire, but YOPAJ is still alive, still running away. He's not down yet. In fact, a big Earth Spike Skem. He'll find 2. Mid 1, he drops first, and Raging, he probably does not make it out either, as somehow the Snapfire has completely juked out Moon. Once again, YOPAJ will walk away unscathed. And they eat enough to try and go snowball shards out. Tim's now going to join in with the Moonlight Shadow and the Earth Spike to set up for another nice arrow, but mid 1, he's around to try and defend, but it won't matter. The finger is just way too quick. It's going to be way too hard to try and lock him down. In fact, FBC's actually turned back around for a bit more damage onto Roger. Now the strike though is going to lock him down a bit longer, but FBZ swash, no, it's not available. They've finally got him. It seems they do take him out. A little bit of a circle he did there, John. It does end up costing him.
Yep, and managed to get the punishment off. They got good bashes true that spell immunity on the Rolling Thunder. Another strike, even the snowball can actually give you some control back. YOPAJ going blind with kisses here.
And he is, but he does get the kill anyway onto Roger. No problem if it's blind. Oh, Fu gonna chase down Skem on that line, but we've seen this before. Skem just so easily getting away from absolutely everybody. Another great Earth Spike as well. He's just been so deceptive.
They just forced the movement away from the Medusa every single time, and SMG aren't finding anything even from these scraps are being given. YOPAJ show being committed on.
He is. They're going to try and take down this Snapfire, but we've seen this before. Shard's block is there, however. YOPAJ this time might be dead, and he is.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Shadow even property from Tims. They might try and turn and punish. JACKY is going to find R2, but they're going to go in onto the Medusa and try to deal with him. But he just pops the Stone Gaze back in onto the Spirit Breaker. The Ravage, though, will come out, but R2 has already gone. And now with the Rolling Thunder, they can really chase down the side of SMG. And it looks like they should at least have Raging Potato to boot. The Raging is going to try and buy a bit more time and a bit of counter initiation for his team. They're going to try again onto Skem. They'll take the Lion down. They've lost Roger in mid 1. He gets caught out and he's gonna drop. Tims with the arrow landing perfectly. With the cookie, Raging, he'll turn around, he'll cop the fire from YOPAJ, and FBZ will be the one to take the kill. A 4-for-1 trade, I believe it was.
Ravage. They can constantly force the issue here, but JACKY doesn't particularly care either. He's just running up here.
They're gonna try Afu to set up. Mid 1 is around, but can you actually deal with this guy? If JACKY just stands his ground, they're still throwing everything at him. Now with the Roller's Punch, he's out of mana, so JACKY's in big trouble. He's still trying to man fight this one out. He's eventually surely going to die and does. But what's it going to cost the side of SMG for this? They've lost Moon on the Ember. Raging's low as well. FBZ just controlling everybody up on the side of the Dire. But Arthur, he's back in with the charge. It's just not enough though. Raging is still going to drop. I guess maybe you could call that worthwhile. It's still a 2-for-1 trade.
Also takes time for our Ember. All the Chorus and SMG are just a bit too behind in comparison. Then they all need to catch up, save for maybe the side. FBZ though.
He's a pretty tanky boy, but they're going to try and get rid of him first, and they do. Nice kill there from mid 1, even if the arrow does land there from Tims. almost sitting pretty on SMG's end of things, but they still need their own farm before they man up as 5 and feel confident enough. In fact, mid lane, Moon, he's going to get hexed up. Do they have the follow-up or the snowball? It's going to buy a bit of time, but Skem has already gone down. Roger, though, he brings the Ember right back in, and he's going to lose his own life, but he does save Moon. It's all that matters right now for SMG. Fuel scepter out onto Arfu. Big chase on, though, from SMG as Mid1 and Moon commit the remnants, but I think YOPAJ is well and truly out of there, and now the turnaround might be upon us as FBZ rolling thunder from the backside. Arrow is going to land Tims. He doesn't miss these arrows, John. He'll take down Moon, and Raging Potato, well, we've seen this before. He's going to try to run, and he does have the help around him. They may not pursue any further. They've also caught out Arfu. FBZ, blink in. He's got no rolling thunder, but he's opened up the floodgates. The Ravage does fly out from Raging. They will get Tims, but it's a lot of damage in the Earth Spike. Catching out 2 again, but the slow
my God.
Cookie onto 3 heroes. Jacky, he will get right to work. Raging just about to drop, but somehow still moving out of there. But they do eventually get him. And now they can chase for the rest. FBZ will at least find Roger. But they really want Mid1 and YOPAJ just spots him out with the Observer Ward and an Ultra Killer for the Snapfire. As Jacky does take away the Rampage. How dare you, Jacky?
There for large snowballs, like the Cookie comes in, the Earth Spike's there, the Rolling Thunder's there. They're just playing so well as a unit from Boom, and this is the impressive part. They take in this new part of this machine with Jacky. It still works out well. SMG not willing to give this one up, though.
They've got to try and find for the Stone Gaze and the Rolling Thunder's FBZ. He's found 2 targets again. Into the bottom of Kisses Moon. He wasn't the snowball. He was out of range. They couldn't save him. He'll buy back and try to reinitiate, but his team's falling apart around him. 3 buybacks already from SMG. They jump back in on the Deucer. Jacky's falling low in terms of mana, but he does pop that Stone Gaze in Arfu. He was charging the wrong target. Couldn't lock him down. Still, they'll try back in for the Roshan now, knowing all those spells are down, and SMG might be able to get away from it. Arfu, no, Skem, he's jumped in, but it's not enough. Mid1 does get the Aegis up, but can he survive as the arrow has landed on the Morph? It looks like he can. So boom, they will lose the Roshan. They might even lose YOPAJ here, but he does manage to blink away in time. And with the Eye of Skadi slow out from Jacky, it looks like it's going to be Roger's life to pay. They even keep trying to fight, but the arrow again onto Moon. Tims is just not missing. Mid1 waveformed in to try and help out, but now he's in trouble. He does at least get the stun off, but YOPAJ is there, still strength morphing. Maybe he has a chance. He'll waveform the other way. Still the chase is on Tims. He will not connect the Starfall, but the Scanner Blast is not going to connect either. The leap was there, Mid1. He's trying to make magic happen, but he loses the Aegis. He will still have his real life, however. Oh, they're going to take the bait, Jacky. The min. Right now, as Rolling Thunder is going to be out. Oh, Mid1, he rolled right into them. Arrow's not going to land on the Morphling, but it may not matter as they have the perma-stun from FBZ. And the chase is on, just driving all over the place, finding out another hero. He'll get the tide, and Raging can just not use this Ravage. Or maybe he can. A 4-man, in fact, 5-man Ravage out. But do they have the follow-up? Do they really have the damage? It doesn't seem like it. Even with Moon around, he's just got no damage items at the moment. He's only got a BKB. YOPAJ will chase him down. It's already a 4-for-1 trade, and they might even have the Ember. They force him to BKB up. He'll try onto Skem, trying to get something going for themselves, but YOPAJ will keep chasing him down with the Yules up, but no, the Cookie. It's the wrong way around, and that'll be enough. So a 2-for-4 trade the way of Boom Esports.
A long time and make it very punishable if you overcommit. As we said from the draft, like they can rip through the backline, but they can't afford to overcommit like that. JACKKY though.
Rolling Thunder into Arfu, but you've got Mid1 charging in himself and this Morphling with the Ags up. Problem is, again, they are lacking that follow-up damage, even if they have these perma stuns. Rolling Thunder is going to be stopped in its tracks as Mid1 does try to get started. A nice Nether Strike, but there's just kind of blast out an FBZ. He has used himself up and survived, but not for long. He does finally go down to Roger. Meanwhile, Moon jumped in, but I believe he got sunned up immediately. Moon still alive. They're trying not to Tims and they'll get the Mirana down, but now Mid1, he's been caught out again. He should be alright to get out though. Jacky probably won't have enough on his own but they do find Moon on the Ember. YOPAJ again setting up for a triple kill, and here comes Mid1, just trying to TP away, but it's going to be another kill to go the way of Boom Esports. As Scam has just proved to be such an issue on this Lion, constantly setting up for the team fights. They just still can't kill him, John. They cannot kill Scam.
No, and in about half a minute, I think this is where the next fight will really break out. Boom in a good position to take it. They've got the outputs to pop. Might be able to find some freebies if they're not careful here.
Oh, YOPAJ, he's got the shards up with the cookie follow-up, and they get him. Moon, he gets a DD room, but it's a very expensive route to pick up for him, as even Raging Potato has been caught. At the Spinalix to try and get away, but YOPAJ is all over it. He knows the tricks. 17 kills already for this Snapfire. That is just incredible.
And that's terrifying. Like, you can't even show up on the Ember. Just the instant stunts are too much. And now Mid1 down bot, Mike.
He's on strength morphing, John. He does get it off in the end, but the snowball is going to try and buy him a little bit more time to just waveform away. But look at this. They just chase him all the way down. Roger just gets completely ignored. FBZ still trying, as there goes your Tusk. They'll keep the vision up with this Pango. But Mid1 surely should be able to get himself out of this. Keep in mind, though, while this is happening, Jacky's hitting racks. Jacky's got the high ground. Alright, and they've still got Mid1, by the way. Mid1 has officially been caught out. The arrow on the backside. They're going to buy it back, but it's too late. It is way too late for the buyback.
They leave the racks. They're going for the fight. They're letting Jacky solo the high ground when he's very vulnerable by himself. They're just opting to take this fight.
Jacky's just playing an RPG right now on his own. He doesn't need to join the team at the moment, as they are still fighting. You are correct. They have not backed off, but Afu's already gone. They at least sent down on the Lion. It's still not looking good for him, as Jacky is still just taking all the buildings away. This is the greatest bait I've seen in a long time. Is Afu. He's going to chase down the Pango. Sure, you get another hero, but you've lost 2 lanes of racks. As now YOPAJ is back in. They're onto the Ember. Moon will be safe with the snowball for now, but for how long? There's your Ravage out by Raging, trying to turn this one around. But can you deal with Jacky? I don't think they can, John. I do not think they can deal with him. Even if it was 1v5, the Medusa is perfectly fine. And Boom Esports are now 2 Raxes up in this game number 2. Unless everything goes perfectly for SMG, it's going to be impossible to try and counter the Roshan players. Afu not going to be scouted out, but he does break the smoke. In fact, never mind. He went for the charge, and then he's going to pay for it. They just annihilate the Spirit Breaker. FBZ, he's going to have a look for a bit more, but misses out. It won't matter, though, because they've got a nice Roshan to go back to, and Afu has no buyback available.
This is not going to take long at all.
Yeah, they're going to try and deal with FBZ, but he has the Aeon Disc and the Spider Legs. Jacky, he'll move on to the high ground. Ignoring Roshan, he wants the team fight. They might be back. Time to go back to the Roshan now, as the smoke is going to be there from SMG. I suppose you could try for the Aegis Steel once again. That might be the way to do it. For a way in, we'll throw the shards out for vision. While Moon gonna blink his way in. Very aggressive play here from Moon, as he will pop the BKB, but he's trying to go after FBZ, who's perfectly fine right now. Maybe without the roll-up though, he won't be, but no, he's still alive. Ravage is there. They are still trying onto this Pango, and they will eventually get him. They've lost Roger for this, and now maybe Raging, as he does not get petrified up, but never mind, because an arrow does land onto Moon. He was just stunned up permanently. They get the Ember, they'll get the Tusk, and now they're having a look over for Mid1. See if we can land a nice arrow here from Tim's. YOPAJ, he's on the chase, but a nice waveform away from Mid1 is going to allow him to get out. And instead, they'll go back into the Roshan.
And no worries now. No Ravage out from SMG. No buybacks available from the Ember. And that's going to be Roshan number 2 with a free shard. Big spike out for JACKBoys once again. And it just makes it
to happen, because Boom just obviously very confident with their lead right now. 26k net worth advantage, and again, double life on Jacky. They're going to find out Tim's, but the arrow does land onto Moon already. Meanwhile, Raging has jumped in right into the center. Who are they aiming? They got Skem on that Lion, but now the Stone Gaze has been popped. Jacky, who are we aiming? He'll go after the Tide again, just wanting to get rid of that Ravage, as he does now pop it. Mid1 though, getting very low as well. They're just grouped up in that tree line, but they do take down the Tide, as Mid1 will charge back in with the FBZ, but he's gone too far. No. He's gone way too far, but he will waveform back towards the north and try to survive for another day. Oh, the little shredder. YOPAJ just melts them. He completely melts the side of SMG, just turreting them down. They might even find Arfu. An ultra kill once again for the Snapfire. In fact, he's looking for the Rampage, John. Up at top lane. Did he find mid one? No, mid one. He'll waveform away to the tier 4 tower. Another ultra kill. I doubt he makes it in time for the Rampage. So you never know. But I think it is about too late.
Yeah, and SMG, they forced a fight by tier 2. They needed to force Boom up to the rack, so at least there's a little bit more leeway there. Now their Ancient's exposed.
That it is, and they found Raging. That'll be a dieback, and my goodness, that's a lot of damage mid one. Waveforms right into them. Moon's been hexed up. That's his life gone. It's mid one and Roger versus the world, but they call it GG. Boom Esports will be the victor of this best of 3 series. And I believe that puts them right through to the upper triple final.
Oh, it does.